If AI can write a perfect essay, what are we actually teaching in college? Is there a point to go to college nowadays? Let's unpack that.
Harvard announced Wednesday that it would limit the number of aid grades awarded to undergraduates.
Western University professor who says a majority of his students used artificial intelligence to cheat on one of his final exams.
Artificial intelligence has become so prevalent that to assign writing outside of the classroom is like asking students to cheat.
I can ask AI to complete the majority of my homework, tests, and essays, and I would get a better than a passing grade. And I first thought, wow, technology. It can do all of these grand things and be able to help us in many different forms. But then, on the other side, I was like, oh god, school is kind of broken now in that it's not broken because of AI, but it's starting to break even more. The foundations of education is falling apart. And because of it, it's like, oh, we suddenly can't ignore the fact that it was already broken. Because here's the thing. If a 14-year-old or 21-year-old like myself can get an A on an assignment by typing a prompt, what does that A actually now mean? And what does it mean in terms of, a student's status, a student's skills, a student's ability to solve problems, right? Critical thinking, systems thinking, all of these skills that are necessary to survive in the industry. Because we're at this moment where education has to choose. Do we keep measuring the same things that we've always measured? Or do we, knowing that AI has just made those measurements pretty much entirely obsolete? Or, do we actually rethink about what learning means? So, what do we measure instead? We specifically measure the amount that we're going to grow. Not did you get an A, but did you understand the material better than you did last week? Not did you turn in a perfect assignment, but how did you approach the problem? What did you try first? And what didn't work, and what did you iterate? And how did you iterate? Grade the messy first draft, grade the revision, grade the reasoning behind you made the changes you did. And that's where learning actually happens. In the space between I don't understand this and oh, now I do. That's the productive struggle, and it's not the educational theory. Harvard researchers found that AI tutors produce more than double the learning gains compared to traditional in-class active learning. And you know why? Because they meet students where they are. They let them struggle with problems, and they don't just hand them over.